At this moment, Zeus was filled with a murderous intent. He felt like he had been played. The reason he hadn't acted earlier was because he was obsessed with the method to break through the current realm. But now it seemed that Margaret had been lying the whole time. The so-called breakthrough method was nothing more than an excuse to stall for time. The more Zeus thought about it, the angrier he got. His killing intent only grew stronger. I may be trying to extend Dustin's life, but the breakthrough method is real, Margaret said calmly. You should have noticed, I'm a disciple of the Sky Observatory. In the entire Dragon Marsh, there are only 2 people who have surpassed the level of Ultimate Grandmaster. The first is the old Celestial Master Zhang Xuanji from Longhu Mountain. The second is our former Chief Observer of the Sky Observatory. As God Kings of the Pantheon Temple, I'm sure you're well aware of this. If our old Chief Observer was able to break through to a higher realm beyond the Ultimate Grandmaster, he must have had a unique method. As his disciple, it's only natural that I know this method. So technically, I wasn't lying. Upon hearing this, Zeus's expression finally softened, and the lightning crackling around his fingertips gradually faded. As Margaret said, in the entire Dragon Marsh, only 2 people were truly worth his caution, one from Longhu Mountain, and the other from the Sky Observatory. If it had been anyone else claiming this, he would never have believed it. But Margaret was not only a disciple of the Sky Observatory, she was also a princess of Dragon Marsh. It wasn't unreasonable to think she knew the breakthrough method. Girl, just saying all this means nothing. Hera spoke again. Unless we see the breakthrough method with our own eyes, we absolutely won't believe you. If you want us to spare your lives, your best choice is to hand over the method first. Otherwise, you'll die today. She's right. Hand it over or die. Zeus echoed. He was already being run around in circles by Margaret, and he didn't like losing control of the situation. He had to regain the upper hand. If I hand over the method, can you really promise to keep your word? Margaret asked in return. She knew very well that words alone wouldn't get her out of this. If she didn't give them a little taste of something valuable, they wouldn't let this go. I swear in the name of God, Hera said solemnly. As long as you hand over the breakthrough method, we'll spare your lives today. If we break our oath, may we fall into eternal damnation. And you? Margaret looked at Zeus. Same as her. Zeus replied without hesitation. He didn't believe in that eternal damnation stuff anyway. All right. Please wait a moment, I'll go write it down. Margaret nodded and turned to enter the ancient temple. Right now, the more time she could buy, the better. Every second that passed tilted the situation a little more in her favor. Do you think there's a chance she's trying to trick us? Zeus suddenly asked. Trick us? Hera scoffed. Zeus, are you underestimating yourself? She's just a bug. What kind of trick could she possibly pull on us? Maybe, but something still feels off. Zeus narrowed his eyes slightly. In terms of strength, he could easily crush Margaret. But when it came to cunning, it was a different story. From her behavior, it was clear she was extremely intelligent. I admit, this girl does have courage and cunning, Hera said. But we're the ones in control now. We call the shots, and even if she is lying, so what? At most we lose some time. But she'll die with no place to be buried. A bug was still a bug. No matter how clever, it couldn't truly threaten her. She had nothing to fear. Besides, she believed she had already seen through all of Margaret's tricks. In terms of wit, she believed she was superior. All right, let's wait and see what kind of game she's playing. Zeus nodded and said no more. He found a spot and sat down to recover his strength. Though powerful, he had expended much of his inner energy during the night's barrage. Now was the perfect time to rest. Time slowly passed. Zeus and Hera sat at the temple entrance, waiting quietly. Unconsciously, the sun had risen high in the sky. Yet Margaret, who had entered the ancient temple, still hadn't come out. This made both Zeus and Hera grow impatient. Writing down a cultivation method shouldn't take this long, should it? Hera, could this be a trick? Zeus frowned slightly. Hera didn't respond. Instead, she stood up and sent her voice inward. Girl, even if you're trying to stall for time, it's useless. Hurry up and hand over the method. That's best for everyone. If you try anything else, don't blame me for forcing my way in. Almost done, just a little longer. Margaret's voice came from within the temple. I'll give you 1 more hour. Hera said coldly. If you're not out by then, I'll destroy this entire mountain with you in it. Her patience had completely run out. If things didn't go her way, then it would be a bloodbath.
And just can't accept it. This can't be the end yet. You promised